You're a fucking idiot.
Sorry, I just got out of the shower. I was just getting ready to, defend my Diva Dolls podcast predictions championship and find out the results of Backlash today.
Yeah, you are. And here you are. You are doing it. Hi, I'm Stacy Queen.
And I'm Ellawarra.
And welcome to the Diva Dolls Pod.
The pod where we discuss the then, now, and forever of women's wrestling within the WWE.
Ew.
Ew, ew, ew. Huh.
Okay.
Wow, I feel so gorgeous and beautiful here on this day.
I wish I could say the same.
Just got out of the shower. You look like you're in like an indie rock band, but you're like going into a radio station to do an interview.
It's very that. The record label has forced me to go in at 9 a.m. to promote my new album.
Yes.
When I only got home from the club at 5 a.m.
Yes, exactly that. That's exactly what it is.
And just like that diva having that interview, these glasses are staying on.
Tea. I wish I had cucumbers, but then I wouldn't be able to see anything.
You need to get some glasses that have the cucumbers on them.
Yes. Oh my god, I should have made them. Oh well. I might put this down until we get to Backlash.
Sure, that's fine. I don't have any notes.
Neither do I. I'm ready to wing it. I literally just Googled Raw results, and I still remember SmackDown and Backlash because I literally watched them like 12 hours ago. So
terrific. So I feel like you're going to be leading the charge on today's episode.
Yes.
And I'm going to just chime in before we get into it. Just to preface this episode, because I know that this episode is going to be wild. I did not enjoy Backlash. Not one bit.
Drama.
So, I know it's a hot take, but
wow.
I have lots of opinions, and I'm very excited to share them.
I'm excited to hear them.
Yeah, it was a struggle to get myself camera ready today because I was like, I just don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it.
Wait, what was the chant again? Un, deux, un, deux.
Supplemente.
It was, that crowd was crazy. Absolutely. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to Backlash.
We'll get to
yes. But we need to kick off with Raw. What happened on Raw this week? They set up absolutely nothing for Backlash because there was no women's Raw matches on Backlash.
There was one Raw match.
And
4 SmackDown matches. 1 Raw match.
Crazy. Like, I
guess that makes sense because they were doing SmackDown the night before in France, so it makes sense that they're gonna have all the SmackDown people there to have SmackDown people on the show. But why not just fucking make it a SmackDown show?
Exactly. I feel like if they're gonna do this whole brand split thing and then give the majority of the pay-per-view to the other brand, then just make it the brand specific pay-per-views like they used to have in the day.
Supplemente.
So yeah, Raw kicked off with Becky Lynch coming out being like, I'm the new champion, rah, 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 rah. I flopped my dick out on the table and accepted it. And then Liv came out and Liv said, I'm still on my revenge tour. The tour dates have not finished. It's going to go forever. I'm like Cher on her retirement tour. It's just never going to finish. We're just going to keep going. Keep going. And then she was like, I'm going to challenge you for that title. So then Miss Nia Jax wrapped up her time on Raw by coming out saying, no, I want the title and I'm going to take it with me. So then
that's not how the draft works, Diva.
Yeah. Well, I don't fucking know. But she wants the belt. She wanted a title shot, but then we had to do, it ended up being Liv and Nia at the end of the night. Did it determine a number one contender? Maybe, I guess.
Yeah, no, because after the match, we're getting ahead of it, but essentially after the match, Becky went up to Liv and was like, "You've proved yourself to me, kid. Diddly gee, potatoes.
You've got
your title shot. You've got your title shot, lassie."
That is so funny. But yes, later on in the night, we have Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. And I guess we already just spoiled it that Liv does beat Nia Jax. And is now the number one contender for the Women's World Championship. Like, we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm so surprised. What a great outcome.
Look, I think we just need to be patient until Rhea gets back to save the day. We just have to hold on for a hero. And just, I feel like Becky's going to drop the title to Liv. Liv's going to be a little dominant for a little bit. Rhea will come back, take it back. Mommy will always be on top again. But this is where the drama starts, because they kind of planted the seed last week with that little scene with Dom and Liv when they were like face to face, but nothing was said. And then they just went their separate ways. But what did we see this week during a backstage interview of Jey Uso?
So we see in the background Liv leaving a locker room in the hallway and walking out. And then not maybe 10 seconds later, who's following her? Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Yeah, Dirty Dom's getting his dirty on. I don't know how he's rooting her with only one arm, but like, go for gold.
I mean, he doesn't have to use his arms.
True. Maybe he's a thruster. Good thruster.
Maybe he's on the bottom and she's just riding him.
She's just pegging Dom in the locker room. My towel came undone. Wow. I was getting so excited about that. Oh.
So I guess you were the thruster.
Yes. But yes, so they are definitely planting the seeds for a whole Liv Dom love story while Rhea's gone, which I will then also set up that whole storyline. And I guess the only other thing that happened on Raw is Maxine had a singles match with Candice.
Yeah, to I guess close out their feud, their rivalry.
Oh, because they're going to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally thought. Yes, Raw had the draft.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if you could bring up the draft picks.
Let's bring up the 2024 draft results. Okay, so the 2024 draft results ended up being Raw obviously had Becky Lynch locked in as champion. But now on Raw we have Liv Morgan. Kiana James has come up from NXT. We have Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have come over from SmackDown. We have Damage Control, all of Damage Control, which has come over from SmackDown. Lyra Valkyria has come up from NXT. Natalia and Ivy Nile as a part of the whole Creed Brothers. Oh, and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. We can't forget about our party girls.
And Maxine Dupree as part of Alpha Academy.
Oh, yeah. They didn't write her name. They just wrote Alpha Academy. All right. And then on SmackDown, we have Bayley, who is locked in as the women's champion. We have Bianca Belair. We have Michin as a part of the OC. We have Jade Cargill, Naomi, Chelsea, and Piper from Raw were drafted over, as well as Candice and Indy. We also had Blair Davenport, who was called up from NXT. And then we have Tegan Knox. And, of course, it will always be Tiffy time on SmackDown.
Yeah. So a few things to discuss there. We sadly no longer will have Samantha Irvin doing her iconic intro of
Chelsea Green, which is really sad. I hate that so much.
Literally.
But also Scarlett is now on Raw with the Final Testament, and B-Fab is still on SmackDown with the Red Cup Drinkers tag team.
Did
Street
one
Profits.
of the Latinas move?
Oh, and Elektra Lopez is now... Oh, no. Both Elektra Lopez still on SmackDown. Zelina Vega now on Raw.
So that means that Zelina Vega is now the grey-wigged bitch of Raw.
Yeah, I reckon that they saw our TikTok and they're like, we need to split them up. There's just too much backstage drama. These Diva dolls are giving us direction. Honestly, there was too much heat with the grey hair, and they saw the TikTok go viral. All 300 people saw it, and they were like, we've got to fix this.
Split.
It's too bad. But yeah,
also,
yeah,
the most important thing that we've overlooked, they have split up Natalya and Tegan Nox.
Oh my god, that tag team had so much going for it. Well, like, Natty's pretty much on NXT now anyway.
Literally.
That's one thing I never understood is this whole draft. They're like, NXT is a part of it, but they're not drafting anyone. They're just losing everyone. I guess those were the draft results. And, also, Maxine versus Candice. Candice ended up winning with the destruction assist from Indy.
Raw was better than SmackDown. The SmackDown draft was wah-wah.
Yeah. I feel like they saved, like, all the bigger moves for Raw. They thought maybe more eyes would be on it or whatever, but... Well, it is what it is, and we're dealt with what we get.
I think I had hypothesized last week that, maybe they're going to have one brand for the tag, like the women's tag belts, and then another brand for the mid-card belts.
Yeah.
But then the divas that had the tag belts just lost them. So, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, because you thought that all the tag teams were going to go to Raw. So Raw would be like majority tag division, and then maybe SmackDown would get like a mid-card title. But it's kind of evenly split again, I guess. So we shall see.
Egg on my face.
Egg on your face. And a face mask on mine.
Well, before we take a little flight over to Lyon, France for SmackDown, do you want to take a little break?
I'll see you at the departure lounge.
Don't forget to bring your check-on baggage. Last time, you said you were going to bring it, and then you left it. You didn't even bring it on the plane.
Had my belt in it. I lost the Diva Dolls title.
Yeah.
Oh, it's upside down again. I really don't know how to be champion.
No.
All right. We are back, and we have traveled all the way to Lyon, France.
What time is it? Where are we?
We're in France. Lyon, France.
Yeah.
And they are very loud and very rowdy.
Yeah, I just got an alert on my Apple Watch.
I got an alert on my Apple Watch that my eardrums are about to explode.
Yes. There was, like, warnings for people because that is how loud this crowd was. They were excited.
They were very excited. I think, like, because you watched SmackDown before me, and you were like, this crowd is, like, loud. Like, the crowd is hot. And I was like, oh, yeah, it might be like, Australia where we're cheering for Tiffany, blah, blah. No. They had the podcast mic down their throat. And they were, oh my God, I could not believe it. That's got to be, like, probably the loudest crowd ever. I cannot remember a crowd that's ever, like, yeah, a pop here and there, but they went all night, 2 nights in a row.
It was very much giving, like, Backlash in Puerto Rico last year.
Yes, very that, because they were very into it.
Yeah.
Wow. But should we get into SmackDown? Because it kicked off.
Let's do it.
It kicked off with a massive Divas match.
Yeah, 8-woman tag team match. And I, from the get-go, was confused. Because
Me too!
I saw the infographic, I was like, great, all these women, cool. And then the entrances, it was like, so we'll have one from one team come out, and then another from another team come out, and then I was like, hold up. what are these, what's going on?
Yeah, it was very confusing because who came out first? It was Bailey and Naomi came out first, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
the Kabuki Warriors and Tiffany came out.
Yep.
But then after that, Bianca and Jade came out.
Yep.
Bianca and Jade and Naomi and Bailey were all in the same team. And then
Yeah.
it was very confusing. It was like a heel sandwich with faces on either side of it.
Yeah.
And that was confusing. Didn't understand what the fuck was going on there.
And from this match, I think it was the start of my downfall of 24 hours of me not enjoying wrestling. I found it, I want to say, aggravating.
Oh yeah. What aspects?
The fact that these people were chanting, and like, granted, I often have a hard time trying to decipher what the fuck the crowd is chanting. Sorry, I know you don't like it when I speak in my Adelaide accent. When the crowd are chanting.
Yeah.
What are they chanting? The French folk are chanting. Chauncey, what are they saying? Please.
It's so funny. And then like, so yeah, once you sent me like the translation of the 1-2 supplement do, everything else, no idea what the fuck they were saying. Because they were just randomly singing songs. Like the entrances were wild. Like them singing Randy's whole theme. The walls were crazy with Cody. Like nuts. Oh, the Bailey song that they always sing. It's like, because they're familiar with that in English, they sing it like that. But everything else that was going on, I was like, the hell?
Yeah. So I didn't finish watching SmackDown. I watched the women's match. I watched a couple of the other segments. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tune out now. I have to watch Backlash tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to endure more of this. I'm gonna leave it for now. As for the opening match, I could not tell you who won, what happened, because I spent that entire first match, because it was like the first match that we saw from France, and I was like, what the fuck are they? What am I missing here?
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea.
It was like they had something to prove, and they were like, we are going to do everything we can to be as obnoxious and annoying as we can throughout this whole show.
But I think work for them. Like, I feel like after last night, they'll definitely be back.
Oh, 100%. What in the press conference after Backlash, Triple H said that Nick Khan texted him and was like, "Stadium?" ? So
it won't be as loud though.
Yeah, because once they take the roof off, it just disperses the sound. But yeah, all we got on SmackDown was the 8-woman tag. The Faces won, and we had an appearance from BFAB during the tag match, and also Elektra Lopez was there.
And I did see BFAB's new hair. That was nice.
I loved it. It was very, very good.
Yeah.
Very cute. She was wearing all red. She came dressed as the Solo Cup, which was very, very cute.
I was like, did she think that they were going to get drafted to Raw? And she just terribly preempted that. She was like, well, fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, she came out with them, and Elektra came out with Santos for that random match with LA Knight. Yeah. That random match with I think it was Angel and LA Knight. And that was pretty much all we saw of the Divas on... Oh, except for the backstage segment, which if you didn't watch all SmackDown, you might not have seen it. They did... what's his name? Byron Saxton was interviewing Jade and Bianca. But
yeah, I did see this.
Bailey and Naomi were also in the room. But because he was on one side holding the mic, and then Naomi wanted to talk to Bailey, he didn't move over with the mic. So you just couldn't hear what she was saying at all the whole time. She was just angry at Bailey. They need a boom mic for that thing. Like that should be a prop.
Yeah.
I always find when they like cut to a backstage segment, you never hear the first couple of words. It's like they need to adjust the volume as they start talking.
Yep.
That's live TV for you, I guess.
I think we may have seen Zelina as well.
Maybe she was there, yeah.
Because I know that Dragon Lee attacked Carlito.
Yes. He started speaking in third person again. Carlito was angry that Carlito was not in the match. Carlito attacked Dragon Lee. Carlito angry. Carlito thought Rey Mysterio would pick Carlito.
And that's not cool.
That's not cool. They better give him his song back now that he's heel. I swear to God.
They won't. Because people love that song and they'll cheer for him.
It's so annoying. Actually, I saw an interview with Tiffany.
Carlito.
It was so good. I saw an interview with Tiffany and she was saying how she asked for her theme song to get changed because she didn't like her NXT one, but everyone else hates her new one. And she was like, well, you're going to have to fucking deal with that because this is my new song and I like it. And it says Tiffy time at the start. And it's all about me.
It's Tiffy time.
I love all the what are they called? Deaf Rebel?
Yeah.
All of the memes and videos and stuff about it. I hate Damian Priest's new one is crap.
Yeah.
So bad. I didn't realize when he was singing his own track, literally all he say is, I have got a big foot. I have got a big head. I will give you a choke slam. I am the archer. It's not even singing. He's just like chanting things at the microphone.
I have a big foot.
I couldn't remember any of the lyrics. It's just what I came up with because he has big hands and feet.
I like how you texted me during Backlash and you were like, do you reckon Damian Priest is on Grindr?
Yes, I reckon. Okay, this is my theory. If you go and you watch, it's at the start of Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast. He interviews Seth. And then Seth, somehow Grindr comes up in conversation. Somehow it comes up. And Seth says that one of the guys in the locker room uses Grindr all the time. He's on the grind. He didn't say who it was. He didn't want to like out them or anything. But at first I always thought it was Austin Theory because he has all them videos of him playing with his hole. But maybe it is Damian Priest because he is actually bisexual and he's like
no, he's
the party
not.
boy. Is he not? I swear
he's
he
not
said that.
Bisexual. No, that's the whole joke. He's not actually bisexual.
I swear I've seen him like talk about it.
No, and that's why like the whole joke is that he's the bisexual Undertaker because he's not actually bisexual.
I thought he was the bisexual Undertaker because he is bisexual.
No, because like when he found out, he's like, "Why are they calling me bisexual Undertaker?"
There's an interview. There's an interview and it's called Damian Priest doesn't get why fans call him bisexual Undertaker.
Yes.
Okay, so my theory has been debunked.
That's when you messaged me saying, I think he's on Grindr. I was like, I don't think.
Well, I wonder who it is.
I think Damian Priest is just Baby Girl.
Baby Girl?
Yeah.
Who's Baby Girl?
Like, you know that gif of him getting into the ring and he's like, with his braids?
Yeah.
He is so Baby Girl.
He is very Baby Girl. I know.
Baby Girl the house.
Baby Girl the house. Well,
if we had to theorize.
Fit to Austin Theory. What's your Austin Theory?
I mean, yesterday before the PLE, we were watching an old pay-per-view, and I literally Googled while we were watching Todd Grisham.
Not Todd Grisham. Why Todd Grisham?
Watch one of his interviews and then come back to me.
Well, yeah, I know he does look a little and talk a little fruity, but why did he come to your mind out of everyone? Isn't he like commentating on TNA now?
Maybe. I don't know. Look, he came to my mind because that's the last person I Googled if they were fruity. You sent me that tweet that someone posted after Mania?
Yes, and they said that they had slept with somebody.
Yeah, like a couple of wrestlers ran a train on them.
Oh, imagine if it is Austin and Grayson. Austin's got a girlfriend though. He always posts photos of them, but like also they're not always together.
You know, like monogamy. It's not
They
for
also could be
everyone.
open. They also could be
Yeah.
open. You never know. Look, let's not say anyone's anything. This is all what's that word you have to say so you don't get sued? Alleged. This is all alleged.
Sure.
And we're just
This
going
is
off things that have been posted on Pornhub.
yeah, and at the end of the day, this is an accepting space, and we welcome any and everyone into our community.
Yes. Oh, especially that girl that was in like the third row with the trans flag with the WWE logo on it for all of SmackDown.
Yes.
Oh my god, I loved it. You know who I thought it
Yeah.
was? Because from far away, they were brunette, but if they were blonde, I would have totally thought it was Gabby. Because they were like built and had muscles as well. And they were in like a blue little crop top. And then every time the thing would pan out, straight away, trans flag up.
Yep.
So good. Loved it.
And she was also there on Backlash as well, but further back.
Oh, was she? Slay. Love that. Well,
Yeah.
French trans lady, if you ever listen to this podcast, reach out. We would love to have you as a guest for you to flush your flag.
Flush your flag?
Flash your flag.
Diva, I think you need a break. Let's take a break,
need a break.
and then we'll go to Backflash.
Backflash. Flashlight.
Back flag.
Back flag.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And we are back from our lovely Backlash break. We are Backlash from our break.
We are backflash from our flash break, and we are going to get into WWE Backlash. Flashback. My lash is back on, and we're going to flash back to the lash back and backlash. And I'm ready to put my Diva Dolls with Bobby Lashley, and I'm ready to put my Diva Dolls podcast predictions championship on the lines. Just knocked your tits off.
Yeah. Whoa.
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 So, Backlash 2024 was an event that took place in Lyon, France, and it hurt me.
So, I want to ask you, if it was just like a regular crowd that cheered regularly, would you have enjoyed the show?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I would like you to please elaborate on the rest of your opinions of Backlash.
Well, I mean, we'll go through it match by match.
Okay.
The opening match was Randy Orton and Kevin Owens against the New Bloodline. Yes. And for me, match of the night.
Oh, it was fantastic. So good. So good. I love that they changed it to the no DQ street fight, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah.
Yep. And I didn't mind the crowd in this. Like, it felt like a good match because it was high energy, great. Loved it. No notes.
Very good. And we got a debut.
We got a debut, and it wasn't the one that we thought we were going to get.
No, we thought Jacob Fatu was going to come. But Tama Tonga's brother, whose name is Tonga Toa. No?
Maybe.
Tonga Flower? Tonga Lower. Something around that. It's like
Tonga Tango.
If it's Tama Tonga, then it's Tanga Toa, I think it is. It's very confusing. Very, very confusing. Anyway, he came out of the ring and interfered in the match.
Bloodline got the win.
Yes, the Bloodline did get the win.
It's a point for you, Diva.
Oh, yeah. 1 point for me. Ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Up next, we had the Women's Championship Triple Threat match. Bayley versus Tiffany versus Naomi. Tiffany came out first, looking absolutely fucking gorgeous.
The
To
best
die
ring
for.
gear she has ever worn. She looked stunning.
I
The
wouldn't
pink.
go that far.
She even put on her story. She said, "This is my favorite ring gear that I've ever worn," and I
I
agree.
wouldn't say it's her best though.
Okay, well that's your opinion.
I preferred the Clueless. I preferred the trans right colors from the other week.
Yeah.
Like she looked great.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
I could spend hours talking about it, but yes, let's get into the wrestling
then
side of it.
Naomi came out, and the crowd for her entrance, amazing.
Yes.
Loved it.
Wild.
Yeah. Bailey came out, and they're like, we like her too, I guess.
Yeah, they started singing that. Oh, how does it go again?
Hey, hey, Bailey. Ooh.
Who?
Ah.
Ha. I wanna know if you're my girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the match started, and that is when I stopped having a good time.
Yes, the crowd was very, very, very rowdy. I feel like they didn't even like treat a heel like a heel or a face like a face. They just cheered for everyone. There was things being said that we didn't even know what they meant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't complain. We have had what?
Oh, I'm going to.
You can complain, but also at the same time, imagine these people that come from these foreign countries that don't speak English that have to listen to us chant what we chant every single week.
Sure. I fully understand that my annoyance comes from a place of ignorance.
Yeah.
And I fully accept that. However, like I am a diva who I love a good subtitle. So like
yeah.
Even if there was some kind of translation, something.
Yeah.
Even
or
like if it was
commentary
just like Michael
mentioned
Cole.
what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
Oh well, the crowd is saying this, or like
yeah,
even an explanation of the supplement, which now we can finally explain. So every time that pinfall would only reach 2, they would chant supplement, which means only 2.
Only 2.
Which is apparently a very big thing over in France. And you know what? Great. Love it. I'm so happy that they're able to incorporate their culture. Fantastic. What I didn't like was the fact that the match that the women had planned were with lots of quick pinfalls, and they were getting distracted by the audience, which led to them missing spots, and it made the match sloppy.
It did. All those there was a couple of sequences of like pin, and because it was it was just too much. It was too much. I agree.
And I really wanted this to be a marquee moment for Tiffany, and
they did chant Tiffy time though, and it sounded like you did last week.
Yes.
Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy. They didn't do El Tiffany, El Tiffany. No.
Maybe they did. I don't know.
Oh, God knows what they were saying. But yeah, I fully understand by the angle of like the performers getting distracted by too much chanting, and that's pretty much what was going on.
Yeah. So it was just like watching it, it was frustrating because it's like I know these performers can do so much better.
Yes.
But they didn't have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Like the thing is, like with wrestling, sometimes there are going to be moments like this. Like not everything can be WrestleMania. Not everything can be perfect. I think it's just disappointing because we've been on such a hot streak. What was the last one before Rumble? Survivor Series, War Games, and that was great. Before that, Saudi show. But since Survivor Series, we've had a consistent run of great shows with great women's wrestling, and a spoiler for later in the night, we didn't get. I don't want to say any great women's wrestling because there were moments of greatness in both matches, but overall, the women's wrestling was a flop.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of.
I don't think is fault of the women in those matches.
No.
It was due to outside, whether it be the audience or for the tag match, the referee.
Oh, what was there? Oh yeah, that whole thing with the Kyrie, you're not the legal person. That was so confusing. I was like, that ref need to get fired.
Oh,
Anyways, we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
But some of the highlights in the triple threat match, I loved towards the end when Tiffany was going for the double PME, and they rolled out, but then she landed on her feet and then like did she do like a cartwheel or a little flippy out of it? And she's like,
yeah, like a little somersault.
So
and
good.
And then they did the 3D to her.
Yes. Oh,
and then,
iconic.
And Bailey just won with a roll up.
A roll up? What the fuck?
A counted roll up.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
That was a bit weird, I found.
I was watching, and of course, because there was the first roll up where 1, 2, something, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then it was 3, and I was like, oh, was there a 3?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't hear because y'all are too busy.
It was every single pinfall for the whole show. And it was nuts.
It just ruined it. It ruined that ending. I mean, it was a shit ending to begin with.
Yeah. It was very reminiscent of the Charlotte, Becky, Ronda main event. Like,
oh my god, an underwhelming triple threat finish.
Yeah. I feel like triple threats can sometimes get a little bit messy.
They're great for energy and for excitement, but not this one.
No. But you know what is great? Bailey did pick up the win, which means, ding, I get another point on the Diva Dolls Championship predictions board. And you, unfortunately, don't. And our wild card points were also in this match. I thought Tiffy was going to come out in a character cosplay, and you thought Nia was going to interfere in the match, and neither of them happened. So, is what it is.
And see, that's the thing. I didn't just hate the show because I knew I wasn't getting any points in the predictions, but it certainly didn't help. It certainly did not help.
It's rubbing salt in the wound.
I was like, well, and it was after this match that I was like, well, I've lost.
Yes, because we had the same guesses for most of the rest of the show.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We'll still tally the points up at the end, and we'll have a little celebration for the winner, if it is and new, or if it is and still not quite sure. What was our next match we had?
We have to wait and see, I guess. Next, we had the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest. I have big feet. I will choke slam.
I am Archer.
All rise.
All rise. Oh my god, the amount of times he was yelling, rise, rise, rise. It's like me yelling at my penis now that I'm on estrogen. Like, it's... But yeah, I think this match was decent.
Against Jey Uso. I haven't even said this. Yo.
You.
Damian Priest. Jey Uso.
You.
I liked his entrance. That was cool.
That was a really,
his entrance was cool.
See, I feel like that's the time that the crowd is allocated to go over the top.
Yep.
That's an interactive entrance. Mm-hmm. There needs to be some kind of like crowd etiquette pamphlet bust at the start of the show. Being like, please do not yell. Subliminal! At that, like, at least us. Every time there was a 2 count, we just go, ah. Ooh.
But that's the thing, like, it's part of their culture in France. Like,
But
that's
what
just what
other
they do
sport?
there.
What other sport has a 3 count?
Other wrestling.
That's their culture.
Yes.
Supplementer. That's culture, is it?
I'd say, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, but we're fucking bogan as fuck down here. Like, we're meant to be
Yeah,
stupid.
and they're fuckwits. I apologize. I apologize to any French people watching. I'm sure you are lovely, but just stop ruining my wrestling.
I do believe this is the match, because we were watching at 3 o'clock in the morning here in Australia. We didn't mention that before.
Yeah.
This was the match I was kind of like focused on, but I was also kind of like nodding off at the same time. I was very tired.
This was my second favorite match of the night.
Agreed.
And I couldn't tell you what happened. JD tried to interfere.
Yeah. Damien made it very clear that he didn't want help.
He wanted to, but he can do it alone. He went.
Big hand. Big foot.
He went.
Do. Oh my god.
We love a Chicago reference.
I love Chicago. Here it coming. You're not good to mommy. Love it. Anyway. The other 2 judgy days came out, tried to interfere. Damien didn't like it. They're obviously setting up for Damien to leave.
Yeah, I think we're definitely setting up Damien versus Finn. Whatever that may be. Maybe at Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Or the Saudi show.
SummerSlam.
I feel like the Saudi shows are usually like, don't they want like big names to come and do their shows? Mm-hmm. Who are they gonna have?
Cody?
No, like I feel like they want like a Goldberg, an Undertaker, a Triple H, they always have like one of the big names to come out and do a match.
Yeah, but I feel like now that there's Cody, there's Logan.
Yeah, actually, maybe Logan will defend his title there.
Yeah. I mean, that's where Logan won.
It was. I wonder who his next program is going to be with.
LA? Finally?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Well, anyway, Damian Priest retained the World Heavyweight Championship.
He did.
Which means we both get a point, because we don't.
No. No.
I get an extra point for this match because you did predict that Jay was going to win. So,
to be fair, when we were doing the predictions, I was like, a lot of these are pretty risky. We'll see how I go.
I think you'll learn from your mistakes that...
No, I won't.
Not to do risky ones. But when I was watching the Stash Club podcast, they predicted the same things as well. All their predictions were the same.
Or you?
Me. All their predictions were mine, but both of them were the same. So they were like, oh. But they're not creative like us being like, let's do a little tiebreaker. There's something else that's going to happen on the side. They just left it. But they also do their predictions for AEW. So, and there's a pay-per-view next week, I think, for AEW.
Maybe let's do blind predictions. We do but we just, because we don't know anything about AEW. We just do predictions based off of their names.
I just picked the ones I know. Oh, but they changed their names over there. Like, Dean Ambrose isn't Dean Ambrose. He's something else now, isn't he?
John Moxley.
Oh, yeah, Mox. Samoa Joe is still
Hello.
Samoa Joe.
Hello, I'm John Moxley.
I'm John Moxley.
So, next we had the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Kabuki Warriors against the Braden Jade Connection.
Yeah.
And I was confused because Dakota Kai came out with Asuka and Kairi, and then she vanished. She evaporated.
Oh yeah, she wasn't at ringside, was she?
No, the French people just bloop, 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 evaporated her.
Maybe she did that thing where they just like walk out a little bit on the ramp and then just go back. You know how they do that sometimes?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering where Io was the whole weekend.
At
She
home.
got annual leave. She got annual leave.
Yeah, she booked it off.
Oh, but yeah, we had this match as well, which was also there was a lot of like combinations they were doing between like the four of them in the ring, and they were a little clunky.
I think it was. I don't even know what to put my finger on it. Like, it was a mixture of poor communication between them, and then poor communication with the ref, and then the ref maybe calling a spot too early, and then it was just like the wheels were falling off.
Yeah. I could not believe that whole thing with Kyrie and Oscar and who was the legal person. And I think maybe there was also a little bit of a language barrier in between him trying to communicate it without like yelling at her.
And
being
then,
like,
Sacramento!
every 2 seconds. I love how all over Twitter everyone's like, this is the best wrestling crowd ever. And you're like,
look, I fully understand that my opinion is a hot take, unpopular opinion, and that's fine. And I hope they go back to France. That is great. But hopefully next time the wrestlers will know what they're in for.
Yeah, because it was kind of like a Raw after Mania situation, like the ones that were happening around 8 or 9 years ago. When I was at those two after 28 and 29, they were rowdy, but they were rowdy to the point of like distracting them on purpose. Whereas I felt like this crowd meant well, but distracted them without knowing they were distracting them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They had something to prove.
When Bianca and Jade came out, they had like matching gear.
Oh, so good.
Jade had a jacket on for literally 0.1 of a second and then just took it off straight away. I was like,
I wanted to see more of it. I wanted to see more of it so bad. But yeah, it's because her entrance is in the dark at the start. She came out in it. We saw the outline, but then nothing.
And then as soon as the lights were on, no jacket. There's no jacket here.
No jacket. Literally no jacket. But I saw
it was giving like your parents catching you like in bed on your DS.
It was very that.
Lights go on. No, that. I wasn't. I wasn't playing it. It's just warm. Sorry.
It's just warm. What?
It was like a thing. Okay, so I never had a DS, but my brother.
Neither did I.
My brother had like a little TV in our room because we shared a room, and like he would watch the TV and then turn it off when someone was coming, and like they would like feel the temperature of the TV, like because obviously if the TV was on, it would be warm.
It would be warm, yeah. I see now. I get it. I get it. Those sneaky parents, they always know best. But yeah, what I was trying to say before is I saw Bianca posted her look and she made it all again, head to toe, every single bit of it.
Of course she did. She's great.
Yeah, I do think she bought the jacket from ASOS because I've seen it on there before, and she added the gold trim to it. But
I hated the trim.
It stopped. It stopped in the bits you couldn't see. So it was like a bit at the front, a bit at the back, but at the side there was none. Yeah, it did look a bit touchy. But hey, she makes it all herself. We can't.
Better than what I could do.
Exactly. Same with me. WWE just posted "Thank you, France" as a YouTube video.
I don't think I'll be watching that one. So they win after Jade hits Jaded.
Yep.
I don't have a fun name for it tonight. It doesn't deserve it. And
Supplemento. Wait, let me look up. Storm in French. That's what it can be called today. Tempete!
Okay, so Jade hits the Tempete to Kyrie, and then Bianca hits the KOD to Asuka on top of Kyrie.
Yes.
And then they get the win.
They do.
New
They got
tag
the win.
champions.
We have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, which means now the Kabuki Warriors will be locked into Raw because they got drafted to Raw as a group with Damage Control. And now Bianca and Jade are free to go wherever they want. They can go on NXT.
I mean, they are still on SmackDown.
Yeah, like if they lose, they go back to SmackDown. But for now, while they're champions, they can defend wherever.
Which then led us to our main event, WWE Championship. Cody versus AJ Styles.
Whoa! Big woes.
Oh, fucking woe is me. Woe is me for having to sit through this match.
You were sitting there going, no!
Literally, so like, as soon as the tag match ended, I turned to my friend, I was like, I think I might stop. But I think I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I've had enough. Also, points, I get my first point for, for that tag team match. Slay, love that.
Yes.
After that match, I was like, I think I'm done. I think I've had enough. I at this point, it was what, 5 a.m. I was like,
yeah,
I don't know how much longer I can put up with this. During the night, one of those cryptic QR codes popped up and hinting at maybe Uncle Howdy's debut, and I was like, well, I guess I'll stay up to see if anything happens with that. Spoiler alert, it didn't.
Yes. No, it did not.
Just a 27-minute long match between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles.
Yeah. And like, the match was okay. The match was decent. It was what it was, but I feel like coming off such a high that Cody just had, it's like everything's going to seem not as good. I don't know how they're going to fix it, but it just seems like everyone's like, oh my God, his title reign shit already. And I'm like,
yeah.
Because the chase for the title went for fucking 2 years and he finally got it. And now it's like, oh, here's AJ. I feel like if Roman stuck around and they did like a rematch and more stuff happened with them, maybe it would have been like an ease out of the whole story. But now it was like a blunt finish and now, start again. Here's AJ Styles. Go.
Online, I've seen everyone loving this match.
I think the match was good, technically. I think we were just tired.
I didn't care. I did not care.
That too.
Like, there was no storyline going into it. Like, AJ won a tournament to go on to challenge for the title. Great. AJ once fought his dad. Cool. Nice. I don't care.
But they didn't even mention that beforehand. The only time that they mentioned that was when AJ was walking to the ring and Corey Graves said AJ got his tights styled the way that the tights he wore when he faced Dusty 20 years ago. That was the only mention of it. Whereas if they made it like a AJ beat Dusty back then, now I'm going to beat you now. I'm going to take out all the roads that are champions, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it would have had a bit more of a build, but it was kind of like you won a tournament, you've got a match to go. We're both Georgia boys. Come on. Georgia. Sweet Georgia. Is that a song? I think it is. But I was not feeling peachy. I was not feeling peachy during this match. No. I did sit through it. All the Sacramento.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And at this point, the audience were not tired. It was honestly as if the entire stadium / arena all did a bump. And they were like, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's fucking shake this building.
Yeah. It was like... you could see some of the camera... some of the camera angles they were showing were literally your tits right then. It was like the cameras were bouncing.
Literally.
It was nuts. But anyway, the match is the match. It ends up being a Cody ends up doing a Cody cutter off the top rope. I don't know if that's a normal thing. I think he usually does a middle rope. He did the top rope this time.
Yeah. And like kind of overshot it.
Yeah, it was a bit botchy. Did he do a Cody cutter after that?
The Crossroads.
Oh, the Crossroads. Yeah, did you do a Crossroads after the cutter?
So, only one though, and one with one.
Yeah, he wasn't
Sorry.
with Roman. Only one. Oh, that's another thing about that. Anyway, Cody won. We both got a point for that. Cody won.
What was the other thing? You said that that's another thing.
Yeah, in the press conference, Triple H asked, what were they saying? He didn't even know. Producing the whole show, didn't even know what these people were saying the whole time. And some guy comes up and he goes like, oh, it means 1, 2, only 2. And then Triple H goes, oh, well, it's a bit less exciting when you translate it. And I was like, oh.
I was watching the press conference in bed after, and then I fell asleep because I was tired.
It was good. The girls were really cute, and they took a little selfie at the end.
Yeah. Oh, I got through to Triple H, and I remember Triple H coming out, and he's like, "Well, what is there to say?"
Somebody asked him about Vince, and then he ignored it again.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it was like kind of a part. They kind of just snuck it in. It was like, seeing as you had to go through retirement and having your last match, and now that you're the COO and all that stuff that Vince did, how are you feeling about your position in the company? I was like, come on, guys, give it up. Nobody wants to talk about it. Like, get over it. He also shat on PW Insider and
I did see that.
What's the other one called? There's another fucking. But yeah, some guy mentioned them as a news source, and he was like, if you're gonna get your news sources, at least get reliable ones. And this question was so fucking stupid as well. Can't remember what it was, but it was a dumb question. At the end of the night, Cody Rhodes did win, but you know who also won?
And still reigning, defending Diva Dolls Pod Predictions Champion, Queen of the South Coast. Are we still doing that?
Ellawarra. I'll rise up. I'm going to hold it like Cody during an interview. Wait, I want to hold it like Sable as a handbag. Let me just get my phone out of my belt. But yes, I have retained my Diva Dolls Championship, and I did it guessing every single match correct.
Great. You happy? I'm so sorry to the audio listeners.
I'm such a sore winner, but also looks good on me.
Yeah. Well, look, you're on for King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard because we're gonna have. Again. Yeah, we're gonna have to guess. It's gonna be hard to predict that because I'm assuming they're gonna have like the end rounds of the brackets. And then we're gonna have to guess who won. But if we get the brackets wrong, then we're already fucked for the end match. This is where you're gonna get me back at this one. You're gonna get me back.
I'll die trying.
I'll die trying.
I feel like we should do a little mini predictions for the AEW one though. That does sound like fun. It won't be for the title. A non-title match.
We're gonna have a non-title match, and we're gonna guess.
Sure.
AEW. I think the pay-per-view is called Double or Nothing. Oh, never mind. It's not till May 26th.
Oh, we got time. That's literally the day after King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. So
predictions episode. Ow.
Yeah, that's what the boys said. They were gonna do all their predictions in one.
It's like, well, Ellawarra, where can people find the champion on social media?
Oh, you can find this blue shit in every single brush that I own now because I've got it everywhere. But you can follow me at Ellawarra on every social platform that there is, from Facebook all the way to LinkedIn to TikTok to Instagram and even OnlyFans. And where can they find you, Stace?
At the Stacy Queen, Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, the Stacy Queen. It's all there, and you can also follow the Diva Dolls Pod everywhere you follow things at Diva Dolls Pod. Listen to us on Apple Music, not Apple Music, on Apple, Spotify, and you can watch us on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let us know what you thought of the French crowd at Backlash if you watched. Because
Supplemento!
Blah, 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 blah.
This is starting to fall off my head.
Are you
My
gonna
hair's
tap out?
popping out.
Oh,
I think I need to
you
tap out. My hair's about to fall out.
Quick, tap out!
Goodbye.
I'll see you on Friday. Bye, bitch.
Bye.
The Diva Dolls podcast is brought to you by Stacy Queen and Ellawarra. All names, photos, videos, and audio used in this podcast are trademarks and copyrighted materials owned by the WWE and TKO Group Holdings. This podcast is not affiliated with or endorsed by the WWE and is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
You'll have to speak up. She's only wearing a towel.
How do you say ow in French? Supplemento! Stupid.